In tonight's editorial, we'll take a look at an article on Kemi Asho's War by one Atso Atsi, an Amazonian pro-independent campaigner writing from city of Adelaide, Australia, titled The Kedjom Keku Massacre for the attention of Amazonian traditional rulers, friends and sympathizers of Amazonia. As we continue to mourn the massacre of over a dozen Amazonian citizens in Kedjom Keku, Big Babanki, Toba local government area in Mezam County by La Republic du Cameroon's military, under the instrumentalization of occultic Cameroon People's Democratic Movement (CPDM) members in and outside Yaoundé, using the fund of Kedjom Keku, Fund Benjamin Vutsibong, as the facilitator of their macabre project, let the world know these killings had been planned and the execution phase began on 19th May 2023. Having programmed the massacre of their enemies in Kedjom Keku, the occultic CPDM elites, under the supervision and direction of those in Yaoundé, contracted their suffering mothers in Kedjom Keku to protest against exorbitant taxes, allegedly imposed by Amazonian boys on 19 May 2023. It should be noted that the nation of Amazonia was observing a 3-day lockdown called by the interim government of the Federal Republic of Amazonia against the celebration and commemoration of Fête de l'Unité Nationale, which in effect is a day the southern Cameroon state was finally dissolved and observed in La Republic du Cameroon. In like manner, the CPDM elites contracted Amba boys in Kedjom Keku to arrest these women, videotaped them in a dehumanizing and humiliating manner, so as to undermine and possibly render the Amazonian liberation struggle most ruthless. As it is the modus operandi of La Republic du Cameroon, this act was conceived to whip up sentiments and sympathies for the Cameroon junta from national and international systems, as well as give ammunition to enemies of the restoration of the state of Amazonia, a voice to go after the interim government and the Amazonian restoration forces. In a surprising move, which was absolutely uncalled for, in the name of expressing anger against the Amba boys, Fund Benjamin Vutsibong of Kedjom Keku invited the Cameroon's military to build a military camp in his village. Within 3 days after the invitation from Fund Benjamin Vutsibong, the BA military descended in Kedjom Keku, indiscriminately killing everyone who they could find. A quarterhead whose name we are still to lay hands on, whom Fund Benjamin Vutsibong had instructed in an audio message to assist the Cameroon military in locating the whereabouts of an alleged ARF so as to be killed, was also killed. We are told the quarterhead was among the over a dozen others killed because he refused to do what the fund wanted him to do. This notion of forceful tax collection is the brainchild of Cho Ayaba, Capo Daniel, and their group called the AGUP-C and ADF. These individuals in their group have never been heard or seen battling the enemy, La Republique, since they started collecting taxes in Mogamo local government area over the years. Paradoxically, they are known to be fighting and killing Amazonians. Their forceful tax drive is meant to discourage the already suffering population, hoping that they would turn their back against the struggle. Seeing the disdain the people of Amazonia had against the tax new issue, the CPDM occultic elites contracted both the Kedjom Keku women and the Amba boys to play the 19th May 2023 movie, whose consequences are still witnessing today. Intriguingly, Cho Ayaba Capo Daniel and their group are known for covertly and overtly working for the enemy. A few weeks ago, Capo Daniel, in one of his daily podcasts, said the only fighter they had in Fako was allegedly killed by his frenemy, Cho Ayaba. When La Republic Cameroon's Development Corporation Mondoni workers on 10th of February 2023, Capo Daniel came out to claim that they did it. Who then did it when Capo Daniel stated that the only fighter was killed by his frenemy, Cho Ayaba? Whether Ayaba is against the vice versa Capo, Amazonians know them as birds of same feather, pretentiously flocking together in different directions but stealthily working towards Yaoundé. After these killings in Kedjom Keku, has the CPD democratic elites who instrumentalized the fund of Kedjom Keku achieved? Have they achieved their objective? Do they know that they are helping the Bulubeti junta to depopulate their communities? And to the funds and chiefs of Ambazonia, if they did not know, they should know that they are the custodians of traditional values of their various communities. We know La Republic du Cameroon consider them auxiliaries to their administration, and as such, they are being given peanuts. A Fon chief is the responsibility of his people. So let the Fon reign in his village and avoid listening and dancing to the tune of La Republic du Cameroon. And some Fons and chiefs reign in their villages. As a matter of fact, Kedjom Keku, Guzang, Ekondo Titi, or Bambalang existed before the coming into Ambazonia of the Portuguese, Germans, and British. At no time did these colonialists interfere with the running of these communities. How come a Fon would invite merciless killers into his community to kill his people? As it is customary with the tradition of Ambazonia, the Fon or chief is the umbrella of the good, the bad, and the ugly. How come the good people of Kedjom Keku allowed occultic individuals under the payroll of the Yaoundé junta to manipulate them into killing their own? The lesson all Ambazonians and friends of Ambazonia should learn is that La Republic du Cameroon, after failing to defeat Ambazonian restoration forces, they had hopes to do so in 2 months, have now resulted in the killings of unarmed and innocent civilians, which are war crimes, genocidal crimes, crimes against humanity. This massacre in Kedjom Keku is one too many, since Mr. Paul Biya declared war on Amazonians on 30th November 2017. The massacre of mostly young Amazonians is intended to depopulate the peoples of Amazonia. Let it be known that the mission of the Biya military in Amazonia is not about protecting lives, properties, and restoring peace, but trying to exterminate Amazonians so as to have unperturbed access to their natural resources. If they were to succeed, they would import their people to replace Amazonians. Unfortunately, those assisting Cameroon to annihilate the people do not know that they are unconsciously opening their shores for Cameroonese to come and take over their villages. On the whole, any traditional ruler who wants to forfeit their customary role in the village should simply pack, go, and naturalize as a Cameroonese and settle in Cameroon. The founder of Unso, Sheb Mbinglo II, has repeatedly said, one is at home wherever he resides. Thus, the founder of Unso is very much at home in Yaoundé, as it has become his new home. Whether Cameroon is two and indivisible or one and indivisible is not the business of any traditional ruler. The traditional ruler is supposed to reign within the territorial boundaries of his fondom or chiefdom. He is not a politician. He is enthroned to reign over his people and his village. Well, our writer Wan Atso Atse ends by saying, at the fullness of time, all those who have assisted Yaoundé to kill Ambazonians will be brought to book. A word is good enough for those who value wise counsel it. And with that, we've come to the end of this well-needed article by Wan Atso Atse and the end of our editorial for tonight. If you want more of such articles, kindly visit our website at www.abcambatv.com for more. Subscribe, become a club member, and a part of this winning strategy. Find out payment details on your screen. I am Star Smart reporting for Undaunted ABC Amba TV.